On the day my husband died saving me, my husband's last words were a dagger to my soul.
If there is a next life, leave me be with Seraphina.
I woke up on the day of the Great Petition, the day I once begged my father to let me marry him. But this time, I chose a different path. I chose the path of silence and cold hatred. We stood before the ivory altar of Artemis.
Bella, the princess, and Alistair, the beta warrior.
The priest began the sacred rite of the soul vow.
Seal the sacred kiss upon the shoulder, and bind your fates until Hades claims you.
My heart pounded like a war drum in my ears. I stepped forward and leaned toward Alistair's shoulder. The silver moon aura appeared around him. The goddess was weaving our union into the stars. Alistair lowered his head, but he did not return the kiss to seal the bond. Instead, he whispered into my ear,
You forced Seraphina to marry the warlord of the north, and now you are forcing me to bind my soul with you. I hate you, Bella. I will never love you.
I froze. My hopeful smile shattered like glass. Alistair straightened his neck, and the divine light faded. The bond that should have lasted for eternity dissolved into fragments of light and stardust. He turned his back on me and walked away. I stood there in my silver gown, surrounded by the judging eyes of the court. Alistair loved my stepsister, Seraphina. He always had. That night, while I sat in my humiliation, Seraphina was led to the magic circle of the cursed raiders. The barbarians placed their hands upon her. They held her down as the ritual of blood began. Blinding light erupted from the stone. The curse my ancestors placed on the raiders was lifted. They wept with joy as their humanity returned. But then, their expressions turned cold. One by one, they looked at Seraphina, bleeding on the ground. They descended upon her like starving hounds. Her screams echoed through the dark Olympus valleys. The raiders killed Seraphina the moment they were free. They drained her blood to cure their divine rot. They devoured her until nothing remained. For 8 years after that, we lived in a hell of hate. Alistair and I clashed in every battle, every training. We fought until our blades were notched and red. I loved a man who only wanted me dead. When the raiders finally stormed our walls, Alistair fought like a demon to reach the cave. But the enemies were too many, too strong. I was surrounded, covered in wounds, waiting for the end. Suddenly, a warrior burst through the line. It was Alistair. He pulled me onto his horse and raced through the forest. We reached the same altar where he had rejected me. Alistair drew his blade and cut open his own chest.
Alistair, what are you doing?
His blood hit the stone, and a barrier of light rose.
I am sending you away with my life. Consider it repayment for the years you loved me. But if there is a next life, let me be with Seraphina.
I slammed my fists against the barrier as he died. The raiders tore into his body before my eyes.
Alistair! I will never chase you again.
My body dissolved into light. I opened my eyes in the Silver Moon Palace. My father, the king, was looking down at me. And Seraphina, who should have been dead for 8 years, was staring at me with pure, hidden malice. I am back to the day of the great sacrifice.
Bella, the barbarian warlord demands a daughter. It is the only way to stop the war. Are you still sure you want to marry Alistair instead?
I stared at him, my heart steady and cold. In my last life, I begged for Alistair and got misery. I manipulated my father and caused a massacre. No more.
Father, I have changed my mind. I will fulfill my duty. I will marry the warlord and leave Alistair to his fate.
You want to replace Seraphina for the peace bond?
The High King thought he had misheard. After all, I always looked down on Seraphina. Me going to the north to eat sand seemed impossible.
But you just begged me to decree your marriage. You wanted to marry Alistair, the great commander.
I froze for a moment. There is no need. Give that marriage to my sister. The High King gave me a complex look. He always preferred the younger daughter who acted sweet. In my past life, I had to resist unto death. Otherwise, he would have sent me in her place anyway. Thus, he ordered the royal decree to be modified. It was raining when I left the council hall. A person was kneeling amidst the vast wind and rain. In my past life, Alistair knelt there for a long time. He begged the king to stop my sister's departure. Back then, I ordered men to carry him inside. Afterwards, I also forced him to have sex with me. Now, I simply walked to his side with an umbrella. I gently tilted the umbrella toward him. He looked up at me with a frown. Then, he quickly looked away in silence.
If the king stops this, I must be sent. I am the eldest princess of this city.
His voice remained steady and cold.
I won't let any woman be traded for peace.
I laughed at his stubborn pride.
Alistair, either I or my sister must go north.
His cold eyes swept over me.
Unless you recklessly provoke the king's intent, the peace bond might still be stopped.
I withdrew the umbrella and looked at him.
Then that is truly a pity.
I ignored his startled gaze and strode away. I didn't tell him I was the one going. He was so frustrated in our past lives. Letting him worry a bit longer won't hurt. On the wedding day, he will see his true love. He will be much happier without me, right? In the past, he tied me to his horse. He blocked the enemy pursuers all by himself. My heart felt a wave of bitter pain. I once used every means to keep him close, but even though he died for me in the end, his heart had died in the north with her. Alistair, you saved me with your life back then. This time, let me give you a grand gift. After returning, I didn't sleep all night. The king of the north hated us. In my past life, my sister died there. She couldn't endure the torment for a year. This led to a war between cities. Alistair died by 10,000 arrows for me. Can I stabilize the king and avoid war? But how can I guarantee that I can? I stayed awake and washed up simply. Just as I stepped out, I was slammed.
Why provoke the king to send Seraphina?
My shoulder was squeezed painfully by him. Tamsin rushed to stop him, but was ignored.
Get out!
Alistair growled at her. He smelled strongly of wine and exhaustion.
Do you want your sister to die?
Alistair, let go!
I gritted my teeth.
A woman as vicious and cruel as you, what right do you have to be loved? I will never obey your decreed marriage.
My body stiffened at his harsh words. His face was full of familiar hatred. It was just like our past life. I landed a fierce slap on his face.
Alistair! Mind your status!
Red marks were left on my neck. I looked at him through gritted teeth. The slap seemed to sober him up. Remorse flashed in his cold eyes.
I'm sorry. I was drunk.
I turned my back to him coldly. The decree will be as you wish. I spat out the words with bitterness, but he only smiled back bitterly.
With you around, she has no way out.
I turned back, but he had left. Rest assured, I won't pester you again. Soon, he sent someone with healing ointment. I didn't touch the gift at all. He only cared for me as a sibling. Yet I had obsessed over it forever. The decree for the sacred offering arrived. The marriage decree was delayed on purpose. The High King kept our talk a secret. Seraphina was told about the swap privately. The truth was hidden within my manner. This was my surprise for Alistair. To repay his life-saving grace, it was the end of our lives. Only Alistair was kept in the dark. He was still busily stopping the tribute. I saw them in the garden today. Seraphina's smile was sweet and bright.
Brother, are your hands always this skillful?
Alistair held wood with indulgent eyes.
No. I only carve for my beloved.
Those words sounded so harsh to me. My mother taught him this special skill. Mother once carved things to cheer me. Then he took over after she died. But then Seraphina ruined everything. I forbade him from carving for her.
What do you want?
He asked. Seraphina saw me and smiled with malice.
Then, make a little wooden sword.
Alistair froze when he heard her. I turned and walked away immediately. Mother made many wooden swords for me. My box was full of her memories. Seraphina didn't even like those toys. She was just trying to provoke me. I did not hide my heavy footsteps. He looked up as I turned away. I never bothered to look back once. Tamsin placed a box on my table. Inside was a beautiful long wooden sword. It looked almost like a real weapon. Only Alistair could carve such a thing.
Childish.
Pushing it aside. But after walking away, I stopped. I took the sword with me anyway. I attended the last festival of the gods in our city. Seraphina was weeping with red eyes before the noble ladies.
Belloq's so selfish as the eldest daughter. She only cares about forcing the commander to wed her. Seraphina is the one with true loyalty to our people.
The weeping Seraphina hid a trace of triumph. She didn't stop until she caught sight of me. I originally disliked such noisy social occasions. She calculated this to sell her misery in public. I looked at her with a meaningful cold laugh.
What does she mean? Is she looking down on us?
Why Why doesn't she go as the sacred offering instead?
I didn't bother arguing with these people. In my past life, their ends were quite miserable. Leaving the banquet, I went to the sacred pond.
Sister, I know you replaced me for the peace bond, but this is your own choice. I didn't force you. You are snatching away the merit that belongs to me.
Merit? With your spineless nature, could you last a year? I'm cleaning up your mess. Don't flatter yourself.
You!
Her chest heaved violently with rage. Suddenly, a cold smile flashed on her lips. She grabbed my neck and tumbled into the water.
Sister! Why did you push me?
I couldn't swim and struggled to breathe. Then I saw the familiar figure of Alistair. I wanted to speak, but he swam toward her. I struggled to reach him, but he ignored me. He carried the unharmed Seraphina to the shore. My guards finally pulled me out of the water. Alistair draped his robe over her and faced me.
Are you crazy? What good does killing her do? Can you replace her for the peace bond now?
Enough.
Alistair gritted his teeth hard.
You are actually this vicious, jealous, and cruel. You are unworthy of being a princess, a disgrace. It's a blessing your mother died early.
I sprang up and drew my sword.
Alistair!
Alistair also drew his blade in response. The same situation as the previous life played out. I was about to fight when my legs gave way. I landed steadily in a firm embrace. Alistair had a moment of sudden panic. I grabbed his collar with my last bit of strength. I felt myself being picked up by him. Seraphina's voice was pitiful behind us, but Alistair left her and strode away with me. Alistair came to my manor after I woke up.
Sorry. I was acting out of anger.
I looked at him coldly.
Between us, sorry is no longer needed.
I walked around him and left. Behind me came a sharp slap. Alistair gave himself a slap. I planned to take Mother's swords north, but my cosmetics box had vanished. Seraphina was holding my little wooden sword.
Seraphina!
She dropped the box as I spoke. The wooden swords shattered everywhere. She suddenly began to cry.
I'm leaving soon. I just wanted to play.
Sister, please don't be angry.
She stepped on a wooden sword precisely.
You.
Alistair suddenly blocked my path.
It's just wooden swords. Is it worth this? I will carve more for you.
I stared at him intently.
Did you take them?
He remained silent. Only he knew where I kept them.
Seraphina is going as the sacred offering. Her whole life was ruined by you. Isn't she worth these broken pieces of wood?
Broken wood. Mother carved those for me.
I will carve better ones for you.
You can't!
I pushed him hard.
Who do you think you are?
I strode toward Seraphina. She backed away in fear, stepping on more.
Alistair!
Her voice trembled pitifully.
Stop!
I fiercely raised my long sword. Alistair's sword flashed in front of her. The scene matched my past life exactly. We always fought but never hurt each other. We only used cruel words to wound.
Stop!
Alistair barked. I didn't stop.
I said stop, Bella!
The long sword sank deep into my shoulder. The sword I used had broken. I was holding the wooden gift he carved. Decoration could never truly hurt someone.
Bella!
He caught me in his arms.
Why didn't you dodge? You were the best.
He suddenly paused. Before? When did we have a before? Why would he say such a thing? My bloody hand reached toward Seraphina. Finally, it felt powerless. Alistair guarded my room for 2 nights. I still did not let him in. Moonlight outlined his figure at the door.
Bella, I will marry you.
He said. I leaned against the door in silence.
I will spend my life making up for this. I swear to you as a soldier.
I still gave him no answer at all. His footsteps faded away after a while. I curled my lips as a tear fell. I wore red robes on a horse today. I didn't allow anyone to follow me, including my maid, Tamsin. This hard task was enough for me alone. Why pull others in to suffer? Today was also the wedding of Alistair. He should have received my surprise now. But Alistair was waiting on my path. A veil covered my face as he looked.
I will see you off.
He promised. I rode past him without speaking. He turned his horse and followed me.
Are you resentful that I am marrying her?
I froze for a second at his words. He actually thought I was Seraphina. He had been waiting here since early morning.
But this is what I owe her.
I continued on without saying a word.
Sorry, I couldn't stop the tribute.
I still kept my silence. He pulled my horse to a stop.
If you regret it, I can let you fly. No one will ever find you again.
I turned to look at him one last time. I pushed his hand away and rode off. His calls were scattered in the desert.
Seraphina!
Alistair stood in place for a long time, until the red figure faded away. He returned to the city in a daze. Today's Seraphina acted very strange. She refused his escort and said nothing. He slammed his sword into the ground. His heart was full of deep remorse. If he had worked harder, she wouldn't go. Maybe she wouldn't be the sacred offering. She must be blaming him for this. But what else could he do? His body was promised to Bella already. They had no chance to grow old together. He had sworn a sacred oath to her. He could not break his word. On the wedding night, he lifted the veil. He was startled by the bride's face.
Alistair!
Seraphina threw herself at him.
Why is it you?
He asked. A bad suspicion arose in his heart. Seraphina's eyes darted with fake shyness.
The decree suddenly changed yesterday. Sister went as the offering instead.
What did you say?
He roared. He grabbed her shoulders fiercely. The woman alone in the desert was...
Husband, where are you going?
Alistair could not even answer her. He grabbed his sword and his horse. He galloped out, ignoring everyone. On the wedding night, I was thinking, how should I talk to the King of the North? He hated our city with passion. I needed to stabilize him quickly. I had to delay the war as long as possible, but I didn't get a chance to speak. Instead, a blade thrust toward my heart. I had learned some fighting as a child. I threw off my veil and drew a dagger. I met the king's cold blade.
A delicate little princess?
Kyle mocked.
You have some tricks, little bird.
He used force, and my dagger flew away. His blade pierced the skin over my heart. He stopped to watch my terrified face. I saw the killing intent in this leader. Now I know why my sister died in a year.
We came for peace. Why do this?
He sneered and patted my face with steel.
My land doesn't need delicate women. Instead of suffering, I'll end it now. Your husband will personally send you away.
Wait.
I grabbed the sharp blade. My palm was cut open and bleeding fast. He was slightly surprised by my grip. My hand trembled as I spoke a name.
Alistair.
The King of the North froze at that name. Alistair was the only warrior he respected. Other warriors ran when they saw Kyle. Only Alistair could fight him to a draw.
He married the woman he loves. He wants military glory for her sake.
He wants to kill you every single day. Do you think he gave up on me? He wants me to die here, right now. He needs an excuse to hunt you barbarians.
Kyle frowned at my bold words. The last envoy who said that was dead. His head was hanging on the city wall. I lifted my chin to expose my neck.
If I die, he will surely seek revenge. If you are so sure of victory, then do it.
Kyle stared at me for a long time. Suddenly, he laughed and pulled back his sword.
You have some backbone, princess. Much better than the ones before you.
He turned his back and left the room. I realized I was drenched in sweat. Many princesses were sent here before. Kyle was not the leader back then. The ones they married were even more brutal. Their pain must have been worse than mine. This was only the very first day. The days to come will be even harder. Kyle let me go. I thought he would not target me, but he called me for a hunt. I was somewhat surprised. He hated my people so much. He brought me to a private activity. Kyle only had me as his woman. He had no other choice but me. I felt something was wrong. My companions had all vanished.
Kale?
I called his name, but there was no answer. A growl came from the deep forest. My horse reared and whinnied. A tiger was right in front of me. Kyle watched from a distance.
Are you really going to kill her? I thought you let her go before.
Kyle's gaze was ice cold.
Let her go.
That could never be possible. Killing her myself causes trouble. Alistair is a serious opponent. I still need more time to prepare. If the tiger kills her, it's fine. The High King is too cowardly. He will just turn a blind eye.
Kyle looked at her face. She was indeed lively and beautiful, but she was in the wrong place. She was just a sacrificial lamb. He turned his horse to leave.
Alpha, there's a situation!
She drew a sword blazing with fire. Kyle was completely stunned. Her panic and fear vanished. She had calmed her horse down. The flames startled the tiger. The beast began to retreat. She charged toward the tiger. The fire made the tiger run away. She slashed the tiger's eye. She plunged the sword into its chest. She stood over the dead beast. Blood and fire tempered her body. She knelt and panted heavily.
Should we kill her now?
Kyle looked at her in silence.
We can say the tiger did it.
Withdraw.
Kyle said. He turned and left the forest. His men followed him in shock. Bella did not mention the tiger to Kyle. She knew the schemes behind the hunt. That night, Kyle came to her room. Bella exposed a shoulder for her medicine. The tiger had grazed her during the fight. She was too tired and fell asleep. Kyle knelt on one knee before her. He looked at the girl from the territory. The candlelight cast shadows of her lashes. He touched her face with his rough hand. Her skin was very smooth and white. Is every woman from there this delicate? Not everyone from there was annoying. He touched her face again very gently. The girl suddenly opened her eyes.
Who is there?
The man before me carried wild intent. I thrust my dagger at Kyle's neck. He showed no fear and raised an eyebrow.
Don't be afraid.
He said calmly.
Are you still going to kill me?
I gripped the dagger tight in my hand. He threw his sword aside on the floor. I lowered my hand and felt weak. He carried me onto the bed himself.
What are you doing?
I am sleeping here tonight. Do couples sleep apart in your land?
I was startled by his sudden words. I hid the dagger under my pillow. He didn't mind and flipped onto the bed. I didn't dare close my eyes all night, but he slept very well beside me. I heard his steady, deep breathing. Next morning, he was already dressed. He sat at the table waiting for me. The sun was high and I felt shy. He handed me my clothes and turned.
Get dressed. We meet someone today.
I dressed warily and followed him. He led me to a lonely tombstone. A woman's name was written on it. Kyle performed a grand salute first.
This is my mother.
He told me. I was stunned by his honesty.
I am married now. Rest easy, mother.
I knelt and followed their customs. I wanted to stabilize his mood first. He looked at me thoughtfully afterward. After that, he invited me to hunt. I gripped the dagger in my sleeve. He actually laughed at my reaction.
You will ride the same horse today.
He pulled me up and gave me a bow.
Did you learn horse archery before?
No.
I answered him honestly. Alistair only taught me swordsmanship. He gripped my hand from behind. He drew the bow and shot an arrow. A wild goose fell by our feet. He did this 4 or 5 times.
I want to ride by myself.
He gave a signal to his men. I flipped onto a horse and aimed. The goose fell and I cried out.
I hit it!
I was so excited. There was a hint of a smile in his eyes.
Great King, let's have a competition. Let's see who shoots more.
He laughed and signaled his men.
We will be a team, you and I.
Horses galloped across the plains. Wild geese fell one by one. We crossed the line to loud cheers. I jumped off the horse.
Kale!
I threw myself into his arms.
We won! We won!
I shouted. He held me and spun me around. Then he put me down gently. I realized we were far too close. He said he hated people like me. The smile froze on my face.
Thank you. I had a lot of fun.
Later, I passed by Carl's tent. I heard drunken voices inside.
Do you still target the princess? I thought you hated delicate women.
She is no delicate little princess. She is the passionate flower here.
My breath hitched as I listened. Have I finally won his trust? Kyle stayed in my room every night, but he did not actually touch me. I could gradually sleep by his side. I felt his hatred for me fading. He was only kinder to me personally. He still hated my home city. I dared not influence his strategy yet. I feared ruining our new relationship. That day, I received a letter. The handwriting was very familiar. It invited me to meet outside the walls. I mounted my horse to leave. A large hand grabbed the reins.
Where is my wife going?
Kyle's tone was very meaningful. He was staring at me intently. I gripped the reins tightly.
I want to look around outside.
His eyes saw right through me. He stopped me as I tried to dismount.
When will you return?
I paused at his question. I didn't know if I could return. I plunged a sword into the ground.
When the shadow turns here, I'll return.
Kyle's eyes showed no emotion. I didn't know if he believed me. But he released the horse's reins. In the ruins of the ancient city, Alistair's horse waited in the wind.
Alistair.
I greeted him politely. His breath hitched at my words. 2 lives combined. This was so cold. His eyes turned red with deep pain.
Bella, come home with me.
I lowered my eyes and asked,
Do you want a war between us?
if the sacred offering is taken back now, Kyle would never endure such an insult.
I will not let his chariots enter.
I looked at him and shook my head. In my past life, he held the line. Without me, he could block the enemies. But every war has a terrible cost. The people are the ones who suffer. And Alistair was not invincible.
As long as I am here, no war. Go back to your wife, Alistair.
I didn't marry her!
I was somewhat surprised by this.
Bella, I have been having a dream.
He gripped the reins very tightly.
In the dream, I was so very sad. I failed every single time. Then I woke and you were gone.
I lowered my eyes and stayed silent.
Bella, it was all of that real? Did you choose this because of that?
I turned my horse away from him.
Alistair, please go back now.
Bella!
He called out loudly.
If you did this for me, come back. I will protect you for your life. I will keep Kale's army away.
I laughed at his desperate promise.